What is up? Friday night updates.
Ooh, Friday night updates. No Friday night beers for me, sober October. Good to be joining you during the week ads. I'm usually here on Tuesday, Thursday nights, but what a little pleasure it is to be joining you, sir, for a little Friday afternoon update.
Absolutely, good to have you, man. Good to have you on this occasion, and what an occasion it has been
Whew.
over the last 24 hours, bro.
Yeah, kind of glad, kind of spewing I wasn't in a trade. We said last night where, and hey, this is the times where I'm glad to be a little bit humbled. We were expecting some downside movements, but we also sort of said this is a very neutral zone where it's hard to tell, are we going to be heading up? Are we going to be heading down? I favored some downside moves, but we also did say that 10.5 was going to be that pivotal moment there where if we broke down below 10.5, that demand zone, or at least that 10.3 would certainly be in
Yeah,
play. That 10.5 seems to be that sort of semi-psychological level there. And we spoke about it acting as resistance below, which we can see back there on about the 13th of September. Now, actually, I can annotate now.
you
What a
can.
little joy that is. So we spoke about it there being a significant level of resistance. Here we can see again where it's now resistance turns support, and we sort of saw a little bit of a consolidation there, and then we've had this movement to the upside. So yeah, I wasn't in this trade unfortunately, but certainly where we are now, I guess as we said last night, heading up towards this supply zone, I'm very cautious of opening any longs from here. We can see this next upper supply zone there. Admittedly, looking at the indicators, probably has a little bit of room to move. And rule one: never ignore steamroller, which gave us the indicator right here on this move to the upside. So I'm not in any longs at the moment. What I am interested to see is this wick down and this nice little sort of buy up from this 78 fib level here. But really, right now, for any moves or continued moves to the upside, this is the main mark here, 10,953, in this supply zone, good quality supply zone at that too, is really going to be sort of the main mark to get ahead of ads.
Yeah, absolutely. Like last night, we did speak about this structure here. We weren't making lower lows, or we did there, but we weren't making lower lows subsequently, and then we weren't making any higher highs above that. So we did mention that it was, sort of floating in between two potential zones.
Yeah,
The eight that sorry, excuse me, the 10,900 level where we find ourselves now. Or we could have broken down towards that 10-3. It was really a 50-50 shot. It was going to be a flip of a coin last night, going off the TA that we were in. Seeing
yeah.
that on the 4 hour was very apparent. And I did post that in the Discord this morning with the video reference for your viewing pleasure if you want to go back and have a look at that. But we are finding ourselves at that major liquidity area of 50, which is, that 50 fibs rather, if you just have a look in that direction there. 10,953 is the area we need to beat, or area we need to break. There's a whole lot of liquidity sitting here on the left-hand side. We're seeing, two tops of this level now. This could be the three. I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying that we're going up or anything like that. It could be a triple top scenario here. However, something I did mention in the update this morning in the Discord on the Facebook, that the highest level of supply that I can see right now on the 4 hour time frame is the major pivot point at
Yeah,
11.1, which is
yeah,
right up the top here at our 127 fib extension there
yeah.
also. So there is a case for the bulls in this instance where some of the indicators do have a little bit of room to move, especially RSI and Steamroll. If we look at these two, they have a decent amount of room, not a whole lot for the RSI, but Steamroller definitely does, and we have seen it quite a ways higher in the past. So we might actually have that flurry up to that 11.1, 11.93 level there before we see this run or this move end. It could be on the cards. However, like I said this morning, and like Ty just mentioned, we're not taking any surprise long positions right now. With this candle finishing in 15 minutes, we are still sitting well within that level of supply. Until we make some moves above it, around this 11,000 mark at least, I wouldn't be counting my pennies up at 11.1 just yet.
No, definitely not. And if we, a couple of things to be mindful of is that if we do put on Unimoku ads and we go
Yeah.
to our crypto settings, and I saw a lot of chatter today inside Discord about the Ichimoku, which is really, really great. Chaos Trader being one of the references in there. James, Art, seeing you guys talk about that today was a real pleasure to hear your thoughts on how you're using Ichimoku to interact with these markets. But one thing to be notable, to be mindful of from the left-hand side there is the fact that we do have, exactly right, we have this Kumo resistance here at the left-hand side. And while we're not inside the cloud, certainly people may use that in a different certain or in a different sort of way. But I absolutely pay attention to left side Kumos. It doesn't always have to be within the Kumo for it to be a level of resistance. I always pay attention, particularly to those flat Kumos, which tend to act as magnets for price action that we've spoke about so many times before. So yeah, very significant in terms of a rejection level from here. And we can sort of see where the top of this next flat Kumo lines up quite well with this demand zone. So certainly a move to that 127 could be on the cards. I'm really not interested in trading this at the moment. I've been in a pretty decent cash position for a little while now, with the expectation of a further drop down, which I really, I'm not discounting that just because we're up here at this 10.9 level. We've seen what has happened in the past when we have reached these significant levels from here, and how dramatically things can change when we get to those pivot levels. So, I don't think we're out of the woods by any means as of yet. But unless there's anything else you want to add there, ads, I'm interested to have a look at ETH, which seems to be lagging behind a little bit at the moment.
Yes, let's have a look at FUSD. FUSD definitely lagging behind. We do find ourselves back up at this 53 level there, and I did honestly expect, after seeing that move on BTC, I did expect us to get to that 356 area again, where we see most of that liquidity to the left, but it just didn't find the volume, and it has dropped off again. So an interesting take, an interesting rendition of what happened overnight for ETH. And I think with all the bits and pieces that's going on with Ethereum and, on the back end, on the chain and everything like that, might have a little bit to do with the failing price action in terms of the move that we saw last night. We did move up to this liquidity to the left at that, subsequently that's the 50 level also. And if we do drag that level across, and I draw a horizontal ray across the side there, you can see the significance of that level and the amount of liquidity sitting at around that level also at 353. It's going to be, between that 350, 360 level for Ethereum, but no higher highs. Still, that lower high has been printed for ETH. So if we look, if this is anything to go by, we could expect some more downside. However, going off the back of what happened with BTC overnight, and that expectation of the 11,100 supply, if we do get there, I'm not going to discount us getting back up to this 61.8 Fibonacci, retracement area as the potential higher or top of the move for ETH. It's a really 50-50 shot. It's not a 50 in the way of, as we were seeing last night. What I'm talking about is we need to wait for some confirmation of these supplies to break. So BTC, ETH especially, we need to wait and see if we get some more bullish moves to that upside. If we jump into the smaller time frames and really nut it out a little bit further, if I just quickly draw in our fib retracement. If I go up here, we've bounced off the 23.6 and we are just ranging above that now. I'd be very interested to see what some volume brings over the course of this evening, if we can come back down here and hold this 38.2 before a potential move or a retest of that supply. That's what I'm looking for at the moment for ETH.
Yeah, and I've got my fibs drawn. Where have I got my fibs drawn from? If you go back to the 4-hour ads, absolutely, as well, I've got my fibs drawn the same. Have I? Where am I? Yeah, I've got my fibs drawn from. I'm just trying to look at my chart and then trying to look at your chart. I had my fibs drawn. Where is that second level? I think something like that. I'm tripping out here.
Swing high to swing low.
Yeah, from swing high to swing low.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you can see how. Where have I? Anyway, I'm tripping out because I think I might be looking at anyway, it doesn't matter. But where we are now, the 354 level is one of the most significant levels that I've had drawn in for a long time, being it was 485, 398, 354, and then 281. So 354 acting as a pretty significant level in terms of my TA at the moment. 359 is the next level, in my opinion, to beat if we can break above that. And then 369 and then 370, mid 370 sort of levels. So looking at Steamroller, we definitely have a little bit of room to move. But as we said last night, looking at these parallel channels, this is always something that I'm let me just do that again because that was horrendous. The parallel lines is always something that I'm cautious of or mindful, at least when it comes to Steamroller. So this supply zone, to really simplify it in the way that you've got it as opposed to my Jackson Pollock drawings, is really going to be the significant zone there to break. But yeah, again, this is something that you've got to be so mindful of. We're not making any higher highs at this point. We're technically still in a downtrend. So let's just wait to see what happens over the course of the weekend. I probably won't be paying too much attention to crypto, but I'll be checking in every so often to see what's going on.
Absolutely. Just keep the real takeaway is just keep the market structure in mind, and just keep the volume in mind. We do need to make higher highs to be able to expect more higher highs in as basic as it gets. So just hold your horses and see if we break these levels of supply, BTC and ETH included in that. All right, moving on. Forex, obviously regulated market. These are just ideas and opinions of Team UTG. Speak to a financial advisor if you want some more personalized bits and pieces. So, coming into the last trading session of the week, obviously this evening coming into Saturday morning for us in Melbourne, nothing too drastic has happened, honestly. We did expect this to move and give us, some form of relief before another further move down for the DXY. Excuse me. Reason for that is the indicators, CCI, Steamroller included in that, were quite oversold, and a knee-jerk reaction to give us some relief of those indicators was on the cards. We did speak about that earlier in the week. Before our movement down, no higher high created, so we could expect a further movement down, especially, or rightfully so, the first target or the first area of interest was going to be that 61.8. If this trend does continue, and we do have the room now on a lot of these indicators, RSI quite especially now, as we're trending and being rejected on this 50 median average there, as you can see right here, we can expect more downside, honestly. I do expect this to print a lower low. Maybe if it doesn't happen tonight, early next week, Monday, Tuesday trading session, and that 78.6 level that we spoke about last night during our live session is going to be that area that I'm looking towards for the DXY. Happy to be wrong, but that's what the TA is looking like. No higher highs, and we are well on our way, trending under the 61.8 to make that lower low. So that concludes our Friday night update. Thank you all for joining us. Remember, like the video, subscribe to the channel, www.unitytradinggroup.com to find everything you need to find in terms of all of our guides, all of our videos, bits and pieces like that. You can find the join Discord button in the description. You can find it on our website also. If there's nothing left to add, Ty, I think we'll wrap it up.
No, that's right. Yes. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We do it because we love it, not because we have to. So if you want to keep seeing this sort of thing, show your support and subscribe so you get those instant updates every time that we go live. And of course, join us over in the Discord and all the good stuff that Adam just mentioned a moment ago. But beyond that, have an amazing weekend, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next update.
Absolutely. See you Monday night. Catch you then.